Testing 1 2 3. We should be live. We should be live. Let's just go live on Facebook. Yeah, we should be live. Okay. Hey, Bitcoin Master. Hey, man, what's happening? So, guys, good morning. Happy Sunday. I'm going to talk about a little bit about Bitcoin Cash. What's the deal with that? What's going to happen with Bitcoin? We're going to see what's driving Bitcoin Cash and what they're trying to do. The whole scenario, at least from my point of view, anyway. Obviously, you know, it's all subjective. So we should be live on Facebook. So happy Sunday, everyone out there in internet land. Hope you're having a good day. So actually, just before we go into it, this is a photo of our new house that we're building. All right. I think I mentioned this before in another live stream. This is the actual plans. This is what it looks like. And this is just one screenshot. I mean, there's no, you can't really see inside it. That's basically it. They've got a pool. You got a deck, which is where they're going to put the pool, on the left hand side or the right hand side in this space here. Double carport, and then this is a low set house, 3-bedroom with a high ceiling in the living room, and it's got a ensuite as well. And this is the house we're going to build. So very excited about that. Very excited. And so let's just get out of that. Hang on. All right. Okay. So let's just talk about Bitcoin Cash, because Bitcoin Cash is getting a lot of attention lately. Obviously, if you just go to crypto market cap, you can just see Bitcoin is taking a big dive, 6,100, and Bitcoin Cash is up to 1,700. That's taking this huge spike. So what's obviously happening is people are flipping out of Bitcoin into Bitcoin Cash, taking advantage of this huge spike, and then Bitcoin will, people have said that it could drop as to low as 5 or 5.5K. Who really knows? You know, no one really knows until it happens. I don't really know where it's gonna bottom out, but I know one thing: it's gonna go back up. So what's the deal with Bitcoin Cash? What's going on? Everything's, you know, it's all this huge spike and everything's going up. So this is my take on it. All right, there's a lot of stuff out there you can read and do your head in, but I'm just going to give you I'll try to give this to you within less than 5 minutes, because it's kind of hard to explain, and it's all political, right? This is all politically motivated, and it's Bitcoin Cash is it's both improving the network, it's improving things that haven't been done to Bitcoin, but also it's undermining and taking away exactly why Bitcoin was created. And you know, I personally, I think that I'm a supporter of Bitcoin Core. I'm not a supporter of Bitcoin Cash. But then on the flip side, Bitcoin Cash has solved some problems, or attempted to solve some problems that Bitcoin has still has not solved. So, you know, it's a bit of a devil's advocate going on here, because Bitcoin Cash is like, you know, bigger block size, 8 megabit block size. Bitcoin still haven't sorted their shit out. You know, there's still 1 megabit block size. So Bitcoin Cash is obviously moving forward, but the thing that with Bitcoin Cash, it's all political. It's all you know, the whole point of Bitcoin is because it's decentralized, right? It's so then the masses get to decide, right? With Bitcoin Cash, it's centralized. There's a couple of big players that are pushing for Bitcoin Cash, and one of them is Jihan Wu, which is, he's the founder of Bitmain, right? They sell the most Bitcoin mining and ASIC mining machines, script miners and dash miners, like some stupid amount, right? They're the leaders in ASIC mining hardware. And Jihan Wu is like, he's a big figure in this space, and these guys are miners, right? So they're benefiting from Bitcoin Cash, right? So they support Bitcoin Cash, and his partner in crime is this guy here, Roger Ver, right? And he's also a miner. He built one of the biggest mining operations in North America, and he got into Bitcoin when it was like really in the early stages. He's made millions. Apparently there's reported that he holds 40,000 Bitcoin. So, he's got money, right, this guy. And he's got influence. And these two guys, Jihan Wu and Roger Ver, they're pushing Bitcoin Cash. Now, they might think that, it's all for the greater glory, for the benefit of everyone. Increase the block size, do this, do that to improve the network. There's going to be obviously a financial monetary gain for them, but it all these people are great for the industry, are doing good things for the industry, but they're undermining what Bitcoin is all about. And once you get a couple of figureheads that want to get together and improve, obviously for the greater good, to improve it, you have to question what their intentions are, because greed gets behind these people, and these people are multimillionaires. I mean, Jihan Wu, he's probably a billionaire, and Roger Ver, he's multi-millionaire. So this is pushed and motivated by money, and because they're miners, they're going to benefit a lot from Bitcoin Cash. And that's the problem I have with these guys. It's becoming centralized. Bitcoin Cash is a centralized network, right? It's centralized. It's taking everything away from what Bitcoin stands for. When you got a couple people controlling Bitcoin Cash, right, this is not good. So, in my opinion, I don't care what they do to improve Bitcoin Cash. Bitcoin Cash will always be the second to Bitcoin. Yeah, okay, they might have got these things sorted out now, but I just think that when you've come to when you undermine everything that what Bitcoin stands for to benefit only a couple of individuals, you really have to think, well, what's the point in the, you're going everything against why Bitcoin was created, right? And they won't tell you this because they can't see it. So now another thing too is this Jihan Wu guy. He's got a lot of pull in Asia, and a lot of the Chinese miners are getting behind Bitcoin Cash, right? They're flipping from Bitcoin to Bitcoin Cash and mining Bitcoin Cash, and it's getting a lot of support. And I think these guys are just pumping it, right? And it's all political, guys. It's all political. Now, these guys here flipping, the reason why you're saying this is my account. I am currently trading Bitcoin Cash for a quick profit, but long term, I'm going to hold Bitcoin. So it's bouncing around like a yo-yo here. You can't see my sell orders because I'll purposely, I won't scroll all the way down to see my open sell orders. But anyway, as you can see, it's bouncing around here. It's bounced around like a yo-yo, and it's it took a big dip here, but then some whales cashed out, and then it's bouncing around 1700. But then if you look at Bitcoin, it's also it's taken a big dive. So what do you do? Do you flip out of Bitcoin into Bitcoin Cash? Because Bitcoin's going down. It could bottom out at 5,000 or 5.5. You don't know, right? Who knows? No one knows. But I mean, if you don't want to play this Bitcoin Cash game, I reckon you should flip into Ethereum. It's more stable, right? It's hovering around the $310, and if Bitcoin loses 500, another $500, another $800 worth of its value, you flipped into Ethereum, which is really not going to do much. It's going to go up and down, maybe $5, but it's not really going to, you know what I mean. So you could flip, or you could just flip into USD Tether, right? Sell your Bitcoin for 61, go into USD Tether when this drops down to 5.5 or 5, or who really knows how low it's going to go. Then rebuy back into Bitcoin, or you could go into Ethereum. But this Bitcoin Cash, it's still going up. It's going up and down like a yo-yo, and it is risky because if this starts to go the other way, which it already has from whales dumping here, you could be in a spot of bother. But if you flip into Tether, you won't have that issue, right? USD Tether, or if you flip into Ethereum, you're not going to have that issue. It's a lot more stable. So anyway, that's those things. Again, this is not financial advice. This is just things that you could do, just to give you ideas, right? So it's at 1700 now. I mean, I don't like trading. It just does my head in. It's just when you've I was trading like 10 Bitcoin at a time, 5 Bitcoin at a time. It's too nerve-wracking. It's just not my thing. If you want to find out more about Bitcoin Cash, just go to their subreddit, reddit.com/r4roger/Bitcoin Cash, Bitcoin with a capital B. So I might put this in the show notes. Yeah, I'll just put this in the and hello everyone on YouTube. Yeah, I'm not going to be buying any. I made a live stream on this. I do want to thank those people that used my code. But I'm not gonna buy Genesis. It's I'm not prepared to wait 4 months. So yeah. But I'll keep it in mind, Bitcoin Master. Just keep on watching my live streams. Yeah, there's talk about Bitcoin Cash becoming the Bitcoin. That's not going to happen. All right, it's not going to happen. Biagio asks, "Hi mate, if Bitcoin Cash does become Bitcoin, do you lose out on Genesis mining? Would they switch mining to Bitcoin Cash?" I'm not exactly sure. To be honest, I don't really know. If Bitcoin Cash becomes Bitcoin, then it'll become Bitcoin. But then I don't see that happening because, first of all, it's just it's no way even there in the support of the mainstream, right? And Jihan Wu even said this, right? They're trying to overtake Bitcoin, right? But then they said, no, stop, please. This Bitcoin Cash is Bitcoin Cash. We do not confuse it with Bitcoin. That's right. Bitcoin Cash is Bitcoin Cash. It's never going to be Bitcoin, right? But I'm just a supporter of Bitcoin Core, right? At the moment, they've got to sort their shit out. But if you're looking at a brand, like Nike or Coca-Cola, right? And then you got something like another brand that's trying to merge into Coca-Cola. It's always going to be Coca-Cola. You know what I mean? It's not going to be something else. And Bitcoin is branded Bitcoin. It's not Bitcoin Cash. You know what I mean? The mainstream will go, oh yeah, Bitcoin. They're not going to go, what's Bitcoin Cash? That sounds dodgy. It sounds kind of scammy, doesn't it? Bitcoin Cash? What's this? Bitcoin, yeah, okay, Bitcoin. So everyone knows Bitcoin. But I don't know about Genesis. I mean, they run. I mean, I guess for exchanges. I mean, they run the same script, right? SHA-256. But Yeah, I don't know. I'm not an, I wouldn't know how that would work. Um, Biagio. No idea. I don't really don't see that happening. They're talking about the flippening, the flippening from Bitcoin Cash to Bitcoins. It's not going to happen, guys. You look at Bitcoin Cash. It's so tiny compared to Bitcoin, right? This is just a pump right now. This 1700. It's just a pump. It's going to go down once the whales cash out. It's going to drop back down to like $400, where its place is. And the Bitcoin value is like, it got up to 7,900 recently, compared to Bitcoin Cash. I mean, Bitcoin Cash is not even 10% at the time. At that point in time, it wasn't even 10%. Now, I said this earlier, that there is a Bitcoin hard fork, but it's just an upgrade, right? So people think, I don't think that they're going to get tokens. It's just an upgrade. It's not a split, right? But they have to do the upgrade with the existing system. So this is where Bitcoin Cash is moving forward in the sense of the technology. You know what I'm saying? So they're moving forward faster than Bitcoin, because there's so many factions within Bitcoin that are fighting, and now Bitcoin Cash is broken away. If Bitcoin Cash was decentralized, and it wasn't controlled by just a select few, I'd be all for Bitcoin Cash, because Bitcoin Cash seems to be solving their scalability issues for now anyway. I mean, long term, well, who knows, right? But so this network upgrade, or like it's a hard fork, it's not a official split. I don't see it being like a Bitcoin Cash or a Bitcoin Cash 2 or Bitcoin Cash 2X or something like that. I don't think you're going to get free tokens, but I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure you won't. It's just an upgrade. So maybe some of these people here are thinking they'll flip from Bitcoin to Bitcoin Cash to get free tokens. So this could be another thing that's driving Bitcoin Cash, the price. I mean, we saw Bitcoin rally up to like 7.9, and then the segment was cancelled, right? And it still rallied after that a few days, and then now everyone's flipping into Bitcoin Cash. Not everyone, but whales are. So this Bitcoin Cash is now maybe some of these people that are flipped into Bitcoin Cash want to get the free tokens, which is happening tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow. So maybe that's what they think. I don't know, but I'm pretty sure that there's no you're not going to get tokens. It's just a network upgrade, but I could be wrong. We'll see. So that's another thing that could be driving the price of Bitcoin Cash at this point in time right now. You got China FUD, you got Roger Ver and Jihan Wu pumping it like you wouldn't believe. You got the miners on the side of Bitcoin Cash. You got Bitcoin that is, still haven't solved their scalability issues. They're still running a 1 megabyte block chain block size, and Bitcoin Cash is moving forward with their upgrades. But the thing with Bitcoin Cash is, they're doing good things, but in that whole exercise, a select few are taking control of the Bitcoin Cash network, influencing it, and it's not decentralized. It takes everything away from Bitcoin. Why Bitcoin was created, right? It's just like this. It's just like you want to make money, right? But then you get involved in these scam programs, right? Which I keep on talking about. So yeah, you've made money in the end. You made money, but you sold out, right? You sold out, and the end goal was achieved, but at a cost, right? And a cost that, in the long run, will undermine why you went into the whole place in why you went into making money online in the first place, right? You went and make money online to do good, to help your family, to do all these things, right? That's going to better your life. But then at the same time, in order to get those things, you sold yourself out, and you know, forever will be known as a marketer that promoted scam programs, right? So this is what I think is my analogy of Bitcoin Cash. Bitcoin Cash is like probably going to move towards that goal sooner than Bitcoin at this point in time, solving the scalability issues, just short term anyway. But they're selling themselves out because it's becoming a centralized network, and that's the whole point of Bitcoin, being decentralized, being controlled by the masses, where the masses have their say, not just a select few. This might as well just be a bank, in other words, right? Where only a select few control all the money. That's what Bitcoin Cash is becoming, like, in my opinion. So if I was to pick a side, even though I couldn't be fucked, I just all I want to do is just make money, and I want to do it in an honest and ethical way, right? I want to help others. That's it. But if I don't want to get political in this bullshit, but if I have to, I'll pick Bitcoin Core. Yeah, they got to get their shit sorted, but long term, I don't see Bitcoin. Like, I'm talking about the masses getting onto Bitcoin. I don't see Bitcoin. Once the masses get onto it, and the masses have not got onto it, you know, we're talking like less than 1% of the population know about Bitcoin, or actually are carrying Bitcoin. Bitcoin is going to come into some huge problems, and unless they can integrate with some sort of, you know, scalability, or even Litecoin has got their shit sorted more than Bitcoin, right? I think Litecoin's I mean, Bitcoin is so slow right now. You can wait up to 24 hours per transactions, depends on, you know, what network you use. I mean, how to pay. But I mean, Litecoin is just way ahead. It's so awesome, Litecoin. I don't know why people don't use Litecoin. You know what I mean? But anyway, so it's still bouncing around like a yo-yo. And that's that. So we'll see what happens. And you know, Dash is going up, so is Ethereum. So like I said, you might want to flip into Ethereum, Litecoin, Dash. These are all stable until Bitcoin, you know, starts to level out. Then, or even USD Tether, then buy your Bitcoin back cheaper, right, as it goes back up, or just flip into USD Tether. It's the safest way to hold your current value with your price, right, is you sell into USD Tether. So then you're going to get this $6,181, sell into USD Tether, and then that's if Bitcoin still keeps on going down. Then once it bottoms out, buy back into Bitcoin. You get more Bitcoin back using your USD Tether. So if you've got any questions, just fire away. If I give you my email, Sailor, everyone in the whole planet's going to message me. So just go into my Facebook and just send me a message there. Exactly, Brian. I agree with you, mate. Centralized is right. Bitcoin Cash is banker trash. Yeah, yeah. It's exactly, that's what it is. And yeah, if you're Jihan Woon and you're, you know, Roger Ver, you've got millions of dollars already, but you know, just greed is just like, want to get more. I mean, how much do you really want, right? You can't take it with you. You know, this is what up, Steve? That's what I don't understand, these people, right? How much money is how much money? How much money do you need to live your life, right? I mean, yeah, it's great to have these material things, right? But how many cars can you have? How many? I mean, I can have a lot of cars, but how many? How many do you want? You know what I mean? It's just a thing, right? I'll probably buy my dream car, and then that's it. You know, buy something to run around. I'll still have my scooter here. You know, but how much money is how much money? I would just, like, if I had, like, you know, $10 million in the bank, which I don't, I have everything I have here now. I would have a lot of things that I would need, but then I would then, focus on putting into other things that's going to help other people. So you can spend a lot, like, I have a bigger thing that I want to do here. And if you spend the money into something like, if I had $10 million, I would just basically, I'll buy an island, and I would turn this island into like a whole kind of thing where people can come and then they can learn and experience, and there'll be all these things related to, I'd have a solar, I'd have like a resort on there, and people could just come. There's nothing to pay, just come enjoy yourself. There'll be just all the latest technology. It'd just be like, there's no telling, people can just, that's just my vision kind of thing, where just making the planet, the world a better place, right? And if I had that $10 million, yeah, I'll put something like that in place, teach, educate people, that's what, and just have a better life, be happy, but anyway, it's enough of that. Roger is Skimly Backstabber talking about the support of true Bitcoin and pumping the, he is, look, he has done a lot for Bitcoin, but yeah, I mean, these guys are motivated by their own selfish financial gain. These guys got millions of dollars already, and they still want to get more money. I mean, I know Jihan Wu, he's like, I don't want to be the president, bro. Definitely not. I definitely don't want to be president. I mean, it's just a simple philosophy, right? Just be happier, right? That's it. There's nothing, you don't have to complicate it. Just be happier. That's it. That's just my end goal, help others be happier. That's it. Simple. Just keep it simple. The Venus Project, okay, I'll have to suss that out. But there's other things like this happening too. I mean, but I mean, yeah, it's just Bitmain, they're moving forward. They've got this new AI machine, and these guys have done a lot for the world, don't get me wrong, okay? But yeah, I just think that the way they go with Bitcoin Cash is just not a good thing, right? Because once they control Bitcoin Cash, which they already are, what's next? Doesn't stop. It just keeps on getting bigger and bigger. I just started with the stuff, and I'm using Exodus, but what's the best way to move currencies that aren't available in Exodus? Do I have to sell on Bittrex? Yeah, depends on what you want to do. If you want to sell, depends on what you want to do, Rob. So if you've got Bitcoin in Exodus and you want to cash out to fiat, you're from Australia, aren't you, Rob? I'm not sure. Sorry, man. I can't remember. Yeah, you just flip into. I use I think like Coin Jar, right? So I use Coin Jar to flip my Bitcoin. Because obviously, we're gonna have to pay. Well, this house here is already paid for, but as I'm moving funds, I can move my Bitcoin out of my Bitcoin. I can send this directly to this Coin Jar, and then I can flip that into my bank account. Now this is only for Australians. I think Australian and New Zealanders, I'm not sure, but I know it's definitely for Australians. So that's an easy way I do it. I used to do it through XAPO, but now that's not an option because they don't allow Australian card holders. I don't think they even allow Australians anymore, so that's why I use CoinJar. So this is really good. I'm really happy with this. I really liked CoinJar. They also have an FBOSS machine card, which is FPOS, so it's only locally in Australia. So there's no point for me having that because I'm in Thailand, right? So that's an option if you want to flip from BTC or Ethereum or Litecoin to fiat. Just go to Coinbase as well. Okay, Coinbase will also allow you to hook up Australian bank account as well as all around the world, US, I think, UK. Right, go to Coinbase and then flip into that. So that's how you can flip. But Coinbase are very strict, and money that you flip into fiat, you're gonna have to pay tax on it if it's at the end of the year or do your taxes, right? So that's that. Hope that answers your question. Well, if you yeah, you can just send it to any wallet. Exodus is good. You can use a thing like this, Trezor. You can use a Trezor, right? Or Ledger, right? Keep your Bitcoin or Ethereum or Litecoin or whatever you want. Bitcoin Cash, Zcash, Dash on this. Ledger also supports other coins. That's what I would do. Just have a I wouldn't keep all your money in exchanges. Just use exchanges for what they are, to exchange, right? Then flip it back into something like this. That's what I do. Keep some of the Exodus, but I'm not going to hold like $100,000 in Bittrex, because I'm just not going to do it, right? I'll use Bittrex for what it's intended for. Then I'm going to move my money into this where I control the private keys. I'm not going to leave it on Bittrex, because if they just for some reason suspend your account, you got Buckley's, unless you obviously go through a process. But I would just use each platform for what it's intended and made for. Bittrex for trading, Trezor and Ledger for storing. Exodus is a good wallet if you want to keep temporarily on your desktop. Then you can move money around or crypto around that way. But I use each platform for what they're intended. I don't hold money in Bittrex. I don't trade as much as anymore. I'm just trading a little bit now on Bitcoin Cash. It's going back up again. So that's what I do. So just jump around, do it that way. That's what I do anyway. Yeah, just temporarily, Rob. Just temporarily, to save yourself from the Bitcoin drop, right? So Bitcoin's now 6,100. Now if it drops any further, you flipped into Tether, then you can buy back that Bitcoin lower, but it is a risk. So one, do you flip into Tether or flip into Ethereum? Because if the price goes back up, you're screwed, right? But at this point in time, it keeps on dropping. So you have to make a decision. Do you hold, or do you just flip and make some money on the way down? You know what I mean? So I can't tell you what to do. That's up to you, right? But if you want to retain this value here, you flip into Tether. Alright, USD Tether, that's what you do. Flip into that, mate. Yeah, my Ether wallet. Yeah, my Ether wallet's pretty good for ERC20 tokens, right? So that's also good. Now, Utrust. Nah, passed on Utrust. Just not strong enough. Utrust not strong enough in my opinion to be putting money into it. Let's just go with the Facebook. Yeah, I mean it's just the fact that there's too much with Utrust. There's too many. Hey Tommy, what's going on, Trevon? Hey James, Ross, 2 Lambos. Yeah, nah, they're actually when we got the 3D drawings from the builder, he actually put in two GDR R35s, and I said to him, "That's a coincidence because that's my favorite car, right? I've been a big fan of GDR for like last 20 years, and that's basically my dream car is a Nissan GDR." And he's got like two of these in the garage, in the carport, and I was like, "What?" So that's a Nissan GDR, you know? And he's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "That's my favorite car." You didn't? How did he know? You know what I mean? It's hilarious. But yeah, that's my dream car. I wouldn't actually get a Lambo. I wouldn't get a Ferrari. I've always been a fan of Nissan GDRs. Love them. And those people that are in cars would know that the Nissan GDR, you can buy this for like 100 grand USD. You can actually spend about 60,000 USD on it, or 40,000 USD, depending on the kit that you put into it, that you upgrade. So you upgrade your turbos, you upgrade your manifolds, your exhaust system, computer, pretty much rebuild the whole, gearbox and everything. And you can get these things going at a sub 10. Oh no, I wouldn't say sub 10, probably close to a 10-second pass. If you don't know what that means, it means if you were to put it up against a Ferrari or Lamborghini in a straight line, you would leave it in the dust. You'd absolutely leave it. There's videos on YouTube and everything on this. So for the money, personally, you could buy a Nissan GDR and spend 30 or 40 grand on it, and pull up at the stoplights next to a Lamborghini Aventador and blow it off the road. Literally, and that person in the Lambo would be like, looking, where are you going? You would disappear in the dust. That's how fast these things are when you modify them, and they're very cheap considering to a supercar. Like a Aventador is probably cost what, 600 grand. You can buy one of these for like 100 and something grand, spend the mods on it, and that person in the Aventador they'll just see you disappear in the dust. But anyway, that's a bit of car talk for you. So I'm a big fan of GDR. Absolutely love it to death. That'll be my dream car. But personally, myself, like I would probably get cars and all that fancy shit later. To me, is like practical stuff like house and all that sort of stuff. That's more important to me. And for my partner as well. So it's all good. It's all relative, I guess. I mean, if you're making, I don't know, $1 million a year, then yeah, okay. But I'm not making $1 million a year yet. So later down the track, Roscoe. Yeah. So guys, yeah. Look, the thing with uTrust is, right. This is just me personally, right? I'll tell you the deal with uTrust. Right? The idea is not fantastic, right? And just because there's a lot of people that go into this stuff, doesn't mean I go into it, right? You guys know me, I always go against the grain, right? Let me get rid of this. Right, this is uTrust. So just because there's people that buy into it doesn't mean I'll buy into it, right? I couldn't give a rat's ass, right? I want to make sure that it's good for me, for me personally, right? I'm not gonna fall for the FUD and all that sort of stuff and the FOMO. So with uTrust, I mean, it's nothing new. It's just like another internet bank, card, merchant services, maybe a peer-to-peer or fiat, cryptocurrency to fiat, right? It's nothing new. I mean, Change Bank was going to do it. I think they're doing it now. There was Change Bank. There was a number. I can't even think off the top of my head. But there's a number of them. I think there's like 10 of them trying to do exactly what uTrust's doing. What matters with this stuff is these type of financial instruments, platforms, right, is if they are successful, right, you'll make a lot of money in the long run. But there's a lot that has to go right with these type of platforms, because you're dealing with money, right? And for these ICOs, which are mostly just running off a white paper, right? It's just a piece of, it's not even a piece of paper. It's a piece of digital paper that someone's typed up. And people, you're investing millions of dollars, or people have invested millions of dollars off basically someone's idea, how they put it together and marketed it, and then typed it on a digital piece, a digital format, and put it in a PDF form. That's what you invested in. That hopefully the people will do the right thing. Now with UTrust, there's a lot of things that have to go right. All the jurisdictions with red tape and financial institutions, they need to get the right certification and licenses, and it is just a headache, right? It's just a big fat headache, and you're investing money into UTrust that hopefully that this will all happen, right? So the roadmap, pre-ICO opens. I won't even get into the mechanics and why there can be some issues with pre-ICO and private investors. I won't even get into that. If you want to know all this stuff, buy the course, right? Buy ICO Gold Rush, right? And then you've got like a platform test API merchant. See, this is not even, this is a white paper, guys, right? They haven't even got a platform together, let alone any type of shipped code or anything like this. Integrate with merchant checkout mechanisms, test mediated chat mode. So they're not even halfway there. This is like Q2. You're going to invest in some money into this, and they haven't even done nothing, right? Then they're looking at a web wallet, which is, you know, what's a web wallet, right? Then you're not going to see a platform with 1,000+ merchants, which they haven't got. I'm not discrediting these guys. They're probably got a good team, and they're probably, but they are so far way behind the what you're investing in. You're not going to see any type of financial or monetary value gain till the 1st of 2000 and Q1 2019. It is now Q4 2017. So, Rob, if you want to invest in UTrust, you'll be waiting a long time, my friend, right? So, these are just my insights. I mean, I could be wrong, but that is why I didn't invest. Okay, it's not a good deal. I mean, I'm not saying the project's not a good deal, but I'm looking for a return, right? And I want to get that return faster or quicker than later, right? And in my opinion, I'm going to be waiting a long time to get my money back with UTrust, and there's far better deals out there. So if you put it in that perspective, it's not a good deal, right? Now, later on down the track, you know, maybe in 6 months' time, I'll re-look at UTrust, because it's going to take time to marinate, right? It's like a steak. You put a steak onto a plate, and you put some Worcestershire sauce, some soy sauce, or whatever the sauce you want, and you put it in the fridge, cover it, put it in the fridge, right? And it has to marinate, right? For it to get all juicy and to get all soft and tender and shit, right? And then when you slap it onto that hot plate, barbecue plate, it goes, right? And all the juices flow, right? But for it to flow, for you to get money, right? For it to flow, for you to get money, so they can taste that nice tender steak in your mouth, right? It's not going to happen till 2019, my friend. And if you're prepared to wait for that big fat steak till 2019, invest in UTrust. Okay, so I hope that silly analogy meant something. But if you want to know the meat, all the good stuff, just join ICO Garage. Actually, I think the site is down at the moment because we're doing some affiliate stuff. All right. Oh, there it is there. All right. And we will reopen this very soon. We're just having some technical difficulties with the programming side. It's not an easy feat, so we're going to get that solved very soon, and then we're going to open up as soon as that's done. When, I don't know, because I don't have a time machine, but hopefully we're hoping sometime this month. All right, so there's a lot to learn with ICOs. It's just not a matter of just coming in and making money. You know, so that's, I mean, I'm talking legit ICOs, okay? You do a legit ICOs there. Why is if I've got to answer that question, why Pumbaa 2988, if I've got to answer that question, explain to you why BitConnect is ending, you know what I mean? Then you really are missing the boat, right? What I would recommend to you, Pumbaa, is go to my live stream, go on to type in my name, NG Gavin, and go to a live stream where I did a live stream here, right? And also on my YouTube channel as well, right? Go to my videos. I think I did the last video yesterday. I put BitConnect is ending. Watch that, right? Right? You join. Good luck. All the best, my friend. I really hope you make some money. But watch that video first, and then you'll realize what's against you, okay? Yeah, watch. Yeah, if you want to know about BitConnect, I mean, I'm sick of mentioning their name. Just go to my YouTube channel, my Facebook, and watch the previous video I did yesterday. All right. You invested 45,000 into BitConnect. Well, I hope you get your money back, my friend. You know, if you got in early, yeah, you probably break even, right? Or you may make some money. But if you just invested in it, like, when did you invest in it, Pumbaa? If you invested in it like within the last week or 2 weeks, my friend, I hope you get your money back. I'm sincerely saying that. If you invested in BitConnect in the beginning, yeah, you probably got it back or more already, right? 14 days ago. Okay, Pumbaa, can you go to watch the video? I'm not trying to, you know, you just need to know everything what's going on in that platform, right? You need to know what's going on from someone that is outside, and watch the previous video, okay? So I hope you get your money back, dude. But anyway, watch that video. Come back on the next live stream and tell me your comments. Yeah, I'm not putting hate towards you, dude. You know what I'm saying? My beef is with the platform, and my beef is with people that are promoting it unethically. That's my beef, you know. There's people out there that promote BitConnect and say, hey, it's a scam, you know, but you can still make money with it, right? People are going to join either way, right? But I just don't like those people that have to be shady and deceive people into it, and not, you know, sell them the dream and know that it's a scam, and then, you know, all that sort of stuff, right? There's a lot of people doing that on YouTube, right? So, you know, I hope you break even with it at least, you know, and make a look, MPA, MPCA, you know, someone I said to me the other day, they said, oh, actually this guy here, I mean, I won't call him out, doesn't matter. He said, oh, what's the difference between MPA and MPCA and BitConnect, right? And the difference is, BitConnect, right? We don't know who they are. They're not transparent, right? They just do shady shit all over left, right, and center. MPA stopped paying because it wasn't well managed. You know what I'm saying? But how many live streams? How many? The people in that organization are totally transparent. You can see their faces. You come on live streams. You could meet the owner. You could ask him questions, right? He actually turned up at an event, right? It's totally different, right? The intentions are in from the get-go were, you know, honorable, ethical, right? It's just that it was just they ran out of money. But I'd never at one point, I mean, you saw the live streams with Keithy Broom. Even I was on a few live streams. I think it was 2 live streams with the owner and myself. Everyone got to see him, right? There's no shady shit going on. With BitConnect, they're hiding behind because there's so much shady stuff going on. It's unbelievable, right? I made my points clear in the last video. And if people can't see that, then obviously they invested in BitConnect, right? Because they think that it's not shady to not show your face. So then, you know what I really want from BitConnect myself. I really want the people that are behind it to be locked up, right? Because they're running the biggest Ponzi. You know, I hope karma comes to them and then they get locked up, because the U.S. investors will lose money, right? And it's gonna go. Shit is gonna hit the fan, and SEC's gonna get onto this, right? And if there's any big criminal, you know, things discovered, these people will be accountable, and the FBI will go after them. I'm telling you now, that's what's going to happen, right? So we'll see all this unfold, but you put yourself at big risk if you're American or US and you've gone into BitConnect. You're putting yourself at risk, you know. Awesome, yeah. Well, that's fantastic. You covered your. Well, let me ask you this. You probably got it early in the piece, yeah? Sanjeevi. You probably joined early on in the piece. When did you join Sanjeevi? Let's get rid of that. So that's it, guys. That's pretty much it. What's today? Sunday. Yeah. In February, a BTC dips below. Okay, yeah. So February. What's November? Yeah. Yeah. You got in at a good time, Sanjeevi, in February. So that's a good what? 7 months? I don't know. 7 months. Yeah. So yeah, definitely would have got your money back, right? Which is good. But let me ask you this, Sanjeevi. You got yourself involved in a very you know, suspect program, in my opinion, right? It's got red flags all over it, right? Okay, fair enough. Okay, you made your money, which is good. But think about this: if you held your BTC, right, instead of investing into this is how the whole scam is working. Sanjeevi, you put your money in February. I don't know how much you invested. Let's just say you put in 1 BTC in February. All right, this is how they're paying you, my friend. Okay, this is how they're paying you, my friend. Right. So Sanjeevi, let's just say you put in 1 Bitcoin in February. All right. So let's just say that you put in it on the 1st of February, just for this example. I don't know the exact date, but just to keep it simple, let's say you put in 1 BTC in February, on the 1st of February, right? Just to keep it simple, it's about 1,000. So roughly about 1,000. It was 1,039 on the 30th of January, and then roughly 1,007 on the 6th of February. Right. So let's just say $1,000. You put $1,000, 1 BTC into BitConnect. All right. You transferred your BitConnect. You transfer your BTC to BitConnect. All right. All right. So you got that. Does everyone understand that? He transferred his BTC, which was $1,000. I just showed you that on the chart, to BitConnect, right? You traded your BTC to BCC tokens right then and there, right? Now that is your first mistake, my friend, right? That is your first mistake, right? Now, if you held, my friend, if you held, you would have 6x. Well, in fact, going back just a couple of days ago, you would have 7x your investment, my friend. Okay, you are my friend because you're being transparent with it, and appreciate your comments. So if you would have held your BTC, you would have $7,000. No, but you gave your BTC to a scam platform, right? Which paid you, back your $1,000, and made an extra 6 times more. Okay, my friend. So you gave them 1 BTC. They gave you 1 BTC back in, I don't know, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November. 10 months. Right? They gave you back your 1 BTC, which you gave them anyway. But the value of the BTC increased 7-fold. They gave you back $1,000, and if you would have held it, you still would have had 7,000. And that's the basic model of how the scam is working. All right? I'm not singling you out, Sanjeevi. I'm just trying to enlighten you on how the scam is evolving. So what they're doing is, it doesn't really matter for the next 2 or 3 years, right? That they'll pay you back 6,000 or whatever that is, right? Because if you would have held on to that, see, they're gaining the value of the BTC, right? They're leveraging the value of the BTC. So in actual fact, you're still down $6,000, Sanjeevi, right? So now it's for another year, 2 years, 3 years, you might get $6,000 back, right? And then BTC will increase in value 10, 20-fold from that point on. So can you see how they're making the repayments, my friend? Okay? That is how they're paying these people. So does everyone get, is that as clear as day? Can everyone understand that? That is how they're making the repayments. That is how they're paying you. Because when you sold your BTC to BCC, you sold out, right? So here's the deal, right? At this point in time, and if you watched the live stream yesterday, and my friend here, this guy here, he put 45k into it. I hope you get it back, all right? Punba 2988. I wish you would have watched my video yesterday, but it would have been too late, right? Because you put in 14 days ago. But if you watched my video yesterday, you'll mathematics, women like men lie, numbers don't lie. Oh my god, I want to get into that whole scenario. But I mean, this is according to Cliff High, right? He said that, and it was taken down. It's a great video, but I'll just quickly touch on it. Cliff High said that, according to his data, that BitConnect will struggle to, well, actually, the interest payments will be way too much more that they'll be able to pay. The incoming money was not going to be able to pay out through the interest by December the 8th, right? Which is bad news for you, Punba, which is, you know, that kind of sucks. But again, you know, Cliff High, what does he know? He's an old man who's doesn't know what he's talking about. I mean, but he's only, you know, he's only got 46,000 subscribers, and he's whatever he's called on Bitcoin's always come true, right? He's a data analyst, and he gets all this information. So someone cashed out $50 million recently, and that's why you've seen a big dip in BitConnect here, right? See how it's going down. Someone cashed out $50 million, and I guarantee it's not a it's not a member. Right? I'll tell you that it's not a member, right? It's the owners, okay? And anyway, watch the video that I did yesterday. Okay, so you know, let's hope that by December the 8th they're gonna roughly basically run out of money, and in the fact that the money that coming in is not going to be able to pay their interest payments, right? So if you've in that video there was this guy who got this calculator for BitConnect, and if you put in he punched in $10,000, and within 3 years, the interest payments compounded over 3 years would return him $5.1 billion or something like that, right? Pure mathematics. And right now they're at this point, BitConnect, they're at this point where in December, sometime in December, they're not going to be able to pay those huge, even though the price of BTC is going up, which has helped them, but it's just pure compounding, right? Compounding is compounding. It's not going to be able to sustain itself. And when you put 10 grand into something that's going to compound for 3 years and return you $5 billion back, you know, right? You don't have to be an idiot to know that that is a recipe for failure, because you go on YouTube, you've seen thousands, not thousands, people have put hundreds and thousands. They had this $100,000 challenge, which I found was hilarious. These YouTubers all got together and said, hey, put in $100,000, let's have this $100,000 challenge, which I just fucking laughed my ass off when I saw that. I'm like, you idiots, right? So around December, they're going to start not being able to pay the repayments, and then from that point on, they might hang on for another year, you know. They could hang on for another 6 months, but they've already changed their compensation plan. They're taking stuff off the edge, off the top, meaning they are, the money is running out, right? So, I mean, that's just my opinion. There's, you know, think of what you, but watch that video, Pumba, and I hope you get your money back. And as for my friend Sanjeevi, I'm not trying to single you out. Appreciate your comments, and I'm just trying to give a different perspective of, you know, what you should have done, or what you could have done. You could have held your BTC, bro, and you would have got an extra 6,000 in cash if you sold your BTC instead of 1,000, right? So we'll see what happens with BitConnect. It's interesting. It's an interesting scenario there, right? So anyway, with that said, guys, thanks to everyone for tuning in. Yeah, BTC is going up again, 1840. Woohoo! Let's make some money. Short-term gain money, guys. That's it. It's all Bitcoin Cash is to me. Short-term money. That's it. Gerald Me Pilgoin. He says, this man who knows everything, lifting his up ICO and other investment and criticizing coins. I'm not criticizing coins, Gerald. What I just gave you was an analysis which you should be appreciated, right? Because if you went into Utrust, right, you're going to be waiting a long time, my friend. So watch the replay, all right, and analyze what I just said to you about Utrust. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to educate people in the process. I'm not criticizing anything. I'm telling you why I didn't go into it, right? People ask me about Utrust, I gave them my opinion. It's my channel, right? So I can say what I want. But personally, I didn't invest in Utrust, all right? So that's just me personally. So, I mean, you can, if you invest in it, I don't think you're going to make much money for a while. Because if you know, for these ICOs to gain value, right? They've got to you know, they've got to follow through on their roadmap. The value of the ICO and the project is not going to, the token, the value is not going to go up unless they implement, you know, their roadmap. That's how the value of the coin's going to go up. And if you looked at my analysis on Utrust, you're not going to see much since for Q1 or Q2 2019. Go back and watch the replay, my friend. I'm trying to educate you, my friend. So, you know, I'm not criticizing other coins. I'm giving my opinion on it, and most of them out there are, they're not good. They're not. They don't. I wouldn't invest in them. You know what I mean? There's ones out there that are good, like ones out there that are decent. Like Utrust is a good project. Yeah, I mean it's a good project, but I'm looking for the return. It's not there. So there's a lot of good projects out there, but just because they're a good project doesn't mean you invest money into it, right? Just because it's like mining on your smartphone. Wow. Right? I'm going to invest in that. Wow. Why would you do that? Makes no sense. Why would you mine on your phone when you can mine on your computer and be much faster? You know what I mean? So there's a lot of variables that you need to take into consideration when you go into an ICO. Just because it's a good idea, it doesn't mean jack shit, right? You got to look at every single possibility of the risk analysis, the token metrics. I mean, there's people in our group that just look at the token metrics, and that is a good start. And they just go, no, no, no. You know what I mean? And I, at some degree, I agree with them. You know, just if the token metrics don't match up, right, then don't touch it. Doesn't matter how good of an idea it is. The token metrics do not meet the requirements which I've specified in ICO Gold Rush. Do not touch it. Doesn't matter how good the project is, right? And Utrust is, it looks like a promising project, you know, the team looks pretty solid. But if the token metrics don't plan out, or something in the roadmap or anything like that, you don't touch it, right? So I encourage you, if you want to learn some more stuff, yeah, buy the course. You'll learn everything, right? It's not just the course, it's just everything else involved in the community and everything, right? So, you know, you don't know what you don't know, right? But once you do these ICOs more and more and more, you can pull them apart within seconds and go, that's not a good deal. I mean, even there's ICOs which I've looked at and I'm like, you know what, that's actually a good deal. Then I've got feedback from the community, right, which are in ICO Gold Rush, and they said, you know what, that's not necessarily a good deal. And I'm like, you know what, you're probably right. I didn't think of that angle. You know what I mean? So it's all about listening to others as well, not just going, oh, I'm going to go into this, because you don't see angles that other people do, and it's all a learning process. So that's one of the beauties of the course and the community there, you know, to help you. So yeah, that's just it's just analysis on coins that tokens that which I wouldn't touch. It's not a criticism. I'm assuming you're invested in Utrust. That's why you probably said it was a criticism, but it's not a criticism. It's just it just doesn't stack up. It doesn't stack up to what I would invest in. That's all, Gerald. You know. So I'm sorry if I got the wrong opinion across, but that's what it was. Yeah, in November, Rob. Yeah, absolutely. It will blow your mind. But then you got to look at the flip side of it too, Joseph. Compounding is like the eighth wonder of the world, right? But then, you know, you put in $1,000 in BitConnect, and then you take out $50 million in 3 years' time, right? That's all well and good, but where's that? The money's got to come from somewhere, right? Just because the token, you know, just because you can get that return, you got to think of it rationally, right? Where's that money coming from? It's not coming from lending. They're not lending it to anyone. That money's got to come from somewhere, right? So $50 million is going to be generated somehow from someone. You know what I mean? So yeah, definitely the power of compounding is very, very powerful. But then you have to look at it on the flip side, and which is what people that are getting into BitConnect don't. They're just looking at the money, right? The eyes are glowing green of greed, and they're like, oh, I can make all this money. But if they sit back and think of it rationally, yeah, you're going to make all this money, but how is that going to be executed so you can make that money, right? Where's the money coming from? right? It's got to come from somewhere. Someone's got to pay. It's not just going to pop out of thin air, right? And where it's and how it's paid is through new members coming in, plain and simple. And when you traded your BTC, you sold out a real intrinsic value of the BTC token to BCC, and then they're leveraging off that BTC to temporarily sustain the interest payments, but that is also going to compound, as you know, as Joseph said, the power of compounding, right? So just through the sheer power of compounding, they're not going to be able to make those interest payments, and that's when shit's going to go bad. So yeah, I mean, you know, that's what it is, guys. You know, you have to think of it from different points of view. And even in the course, even in ICO Gold Rush, I'm not always right, you know. And it's good that people in the course are like, you know what, this is not a good deal, you know, this is why. And then I'm like, yeah, actually, you know what, you're right. So it's all a learning process for everyone. And but the more you can learn, the more you can build your knowledge base up, because there's a lot of ICOs people are getting into, which are not good deals, you know, and they're getting into it for the wrong reasons. So we're at 1839, you know, it's all good. So I don't know where Bitcoin Cash is going to go. Probably to oh, who knows, but short term you can make some money, but long term I think Bitcoin is the go, right? Bitcoin's the go. So man, jeez, we've been on this live stream for an hour and 12 minutes. Thanks everyone for watching. Appreciate that a lot. So I'm going to start my giveaway very soon. I'll let you know. And other YouTubers are doing it too, so you know what, I want to do it as well, right? And some people give away Litecoin, some people away Bitcoin, whatever, right? I want to give away some money every video. So every video that I post, I'm going to give away some money. Right, so you have to be subscribed to my channel, and I'll give you the skinny on it soon. All right, just got to figure out what's the best scenario, what's the best way to go about it. But yeah, I want to grow my YouTube channel, and to do that, you just have to be a subscriber, and then I want to give away like free money every video that I do. Right, so that's gonna incentivize you to watch my videos, right? Obviously. So anyway, guys, I'll let you guys know about that later on down the track. So Boris says 3600. So yeah, okay. What's it now? Let me just refresh this. Wow, 5786. That's crazy, guys. It's dropping like a bag of, you know what? Damn. So yeah, he reckons it's gonna bottom at the 5600. Okay. Wow. As I'm doing this live stream, this has dropped 300 USD. That's crazy. Someone's making some money. You know what I'm saying? I better get off this live stream and check my Bittrex account. So with that said, guys, thanks for watching. Appreciate yous all. Thanks everyone that used my Genesis code. I do appreciate it. I'm gonna wait till Genesis come back with the actual contracts themselves, and then, you know, I don't want to wait 4 months, because the price of the BTC will appreciate, and if I've locked my money up with Genesis, I could you know, lose. Be a bonus. Thanks, Anthony. I appreciate that. Much respect there. He watches my videos. He just watches them anyway. Yeah, I appreciate that, man. He doesn't need no bonus. For real. Nah, that's good, guys. And you know, look, people said to me, "Oh, you're nothing. You're bitter, and you're pissed off about MPCA. That's why you're going at BitConnect." You know what I'm saying? But it's nothing like that, guys. You know what I'm saying? I'm the reason why I'll go through that whole process is because I'm trying to help people, right? That these programs won't last. And I've already gone through the pain of, you know, having built, you know, I spent 2 years building big MPCA and BitConnect. And if MPCA was still going now, I'd be making over 200 grand a month, right? 1 Bitcoin a day. But it ain't, right? So I'm like, you know what? That's what I've learned, you know, and the whole process is very painful, obviously, you know, right? When you lose that type of money, you don't want anyone to go through what you went through, right? You don't want anyone to go through you went through, and that's what I'm trying to get across to these people that are joining these scam programs, right? It's just short-term gain. And not only that, you're bringing people into these programs and they're going to get burnt, you know? And it's just, the whole thing is just a mess at the end of the day. It's just a mess. You lose, they lose. The only people that win are the admins that are cashing out, and then they just shut the program down and then they move on, right? This happens every single day. So that's why I'm passionate about the shit that I see in this space. And I can see a number of programs like we see in Questra, right? Questra stopped paying. There's a couple of big programs that will stop paying in the next 6 to 18 months. And I'm pretty sure BitConnect will be one of them. All right. So we're going to see all this unfold on my channel, right? So I'm hoping I can just spread the word, use my influence to help other people, and even if people are in BitConnect now, get you know, try to make as much money as you can, you know. And if you can make your money and get as much you can out before the ship sinks, then fantastic. But let me assure you this, my friends, it will go down, right? It will go down, and I will challenge anyone who tells me differ, right? I will challenge anyone that tells me differ, because you simply cannot put $10,000 into BitConnect and expect to get $5.1 billion after 3 years, because that money is going to come from somewhere, right? So with that, my friends, it's just pure mathematics, right? I'm not a smart guy. I use a calculator. So with that said, guys, have a fantastic Sunday. Thanks for tuning in, and I appreciate you all. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I'll see you guys at the moon, baby, at the moon.